welcome to the Lake Forest Podcast, a podcast about the lovely city of Lake Forest, featuring topics like local news, sports, music, people, food, and turkey. My name is Pete, and I'm joined by the boys of Lake Forest High School basketball, football, lacrosse, chess team, Skoo. Lake Forest Podcast is supported by viewers and listeners just like you. Shark Guy Beach Fishing is a premier South Florida beach fishing experience out of Longboat Key, Florida. Their world-renowned captains not only put you on the fish, but to help you and your family make a memory of a lifetime. Check them out on Facebook or at sharkguybeachfishing.com to schedule an outing. Shark Guy is your guy for your next charter. We'd also like to say we're thankful for our Patreon supporters, Reverend Luke Back from the Church of the Holy Spirit, Matt A., Elizabeth C., Coastal Lance, Otto, RDM, Johnny C. And we'd like to thank the Breakfast Club of Lake Forest, Captain Mike's in Kenosha, Wisconsin, the Broad Stop in Kenosha, Wisconsin as well, the Frolic Lounge in Waukegan, Illinois, and then the Greentown Tavern in Waukegan. Walker. How you doing, Skoo?
Doing good, Pete. How are you? Cold out.
Oh, man.
Haunted yesterday.
I tried to get as much of that yesterday as possible. 50, 56, so almost 60. Cray.
I was driving to the girls' basketball game last night, and the temperature on the car said 59 degrees.
Cray.
No coat, nothing. Now, freezing.
Now it's a little chilly. 25 going to 32.
Whew.
Hey, man, knock on wood. No snow in the forecast. Just jinxed it.
Way to go.
So, Skoo, let's recap Thanksgiving, man.
Yeah.
I feel really bad.
Uh-oh. You didn't go, did you?
I got stuck on the grill, literally.
You're a block away. You probably could have heard the band.
I did hear the band, and I had locusts, I had piranhas showing up, and it's like I'm like, and I couldn't. I go the tree lighting.
What were you eating? What were you cooking on the grill that your neighbors were devouring?
It was the deep fryer. It was a deep because we cooked Thursday, and then
that's right.
We do a fry fest on Friday, and the way people showed up is like they showed up 30 minutes before the tree lighting, and I'm like, you don't want to serve cold food, so you got to cook to order. Right. So,
well, what'd you cook?
What didn't I cook, Skoo? It was
you just threw everything in there, huh?
It's really hard because you gotta have batter, okay? But gluten-free batter, it's just not the same. We had a gluten-free fry fest. I mean, if you're gonna go all the way, go all the way. But I did a chicken, so just 15 pounds of chicken gone. So
raw chicken or already cooked?
It was raw chicken.
Just throw it in there.
And egg wash it, flour or the batter, and then you put it in there, and fish and chips.
Ooh.
Oh, dude.
What kind of fish you throw in there? One or two-headed?
Cod, and I forgot what the other one was. It's all whitefish. So you get it fresh, and then it starts out flat, and then you put it in, and it curls up. And then the authentic chips, homemade chips.
Wow!
And
how'd you make those? You chop up potatoes?
Real potatoes, and I tried to copy the KFC fry recipe because it's like really extra crispy, That's all that the English do is they put it, very well. Some do a light breading, some do a little bit heavier because I like to get a little more crunch on those things. And gluten-free just didn't. Just between us.
Why'd you have to go to gluten-free?
We're in Lake Forest. That's just how we roll. And then you had there was some
What
hidden
is gluten?
gluten. Gluten is uh purse cleanser.
Oh, what?
It cleans out your purse.
Gotcha. Yeah, it does.
It's a wallet cleanser. Um, so then I say, okay, you're gonna come over, bring up something to fry your choice, whatever they want. So some surprising things that just was knocked out of the park, and then there were some swings and a misses. Let's go with knocking out of the park. The crustables. You know what a crustable is? It's the peanut butter and jelly combined with all enclosed in the bread.
Mm-hmm.
Deep fried peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Out of the park.
Ooh,
It went
really?
crazy.
What kind of bread?
It just came with it. It's the ultimate in processing. And then you had the White Castle sliders, which I've never done before. Deep fried. Amazing.
Wow.
Amazing.
So you bought the White Castle
Bought
and
the
just
white. You,
do you batter that up too, or just
nope.
throw it in?
Throw it
Just
in.
toss it in.
Toss it in. Toss it in. And rule of thumb is you see it float, take it out.
Wow.
And then there was some, I turned my head for a couple minutes, and then we had some.
Everyone's jumping in the pool.
Well, no, you really got to pay attention because, I mean, this is some nuclear oil. Because look, there was a a 20-pound turkey was cooked in this oil previously. You got all these things being cooked in there, and it just tar black. The health department probably would never.
So what do you do with that after you're done with your festivities?
You let it cool, and then you
Does it get all
you
crunched together or no?
well, you gotta don't let it congeal. Like today, it's cold. You got to heat it back up, and then you got to pump. You put it back into the gallon things that you bought, the peanut oil that you bought it from, and then you take it to a recycler.
Hmm.
Definitely
Just don't dump. You don't dump it in your neighbor's garden, do you? Okay.
Well, then you get all the critters, and I'm not doing that.
Okay.
But deep fried Oreos.
Do you batter those suckers up or toss them in?
Yeah, you batter them up. It's the same stuff you do with the elephant ears. Is that what you call them at the carnivals?
Yep.
Yeah, elephant ears. Yeah, same type of batter.
So did you have a defibrillator there ready to go, or did you have
Yeah, it was
our
called
local friendly guys there?
It was called beer and whiskey, and it was one of those things like you put your head down and you look up, and it's all of a sudden there's 30 people and wanting eats. So, and I smelled. And I smell just like I came out of a fondue restaurant.
Ugh.
What do you call? Is that fondue? Right? You go in there, the
that was the big '80s thing, right?
80s
You dip
thing,
it in.
yeah.
Or was it '80s?
Air
Yeah,
smells
80s.
like grease.
Yeah.
I mean, I got grease coming. Whatever, it's a tradition. And
Did you ever do that fondue? I remember how big that was.
Yeah,
like,
70s
bread. You dip in it, and oh, that's really tasty.
Oh, that's bread and cheese. That's a great markup. So I got stuck. Now, I'm assuming you went, Skoo, so
I did.
Live
Yep.
vicariously through you. I noticed the stage placement. Continue on the events that you saw.
So we went up. We did our typical, right before type of deal, and it was packed. I mean, look at it. It's 50 some degrees or whatever it was, and you can walk up there. The stage was just a monstrosity, and we get there, it's packed, and people can't. It's so you can't even walk down the street or on the sidewalk. It was just
now it was between the railroad tracks and like Gerhardt's in there,
right where it usually is, right in front of the train station.
Yeah.
And right in front of the square, but I honestly, I like the way it was. The stage I thought was personally just gigantic. Kind of overwhelming because the kids, when they're up there singing and people are on the stage, they
Yeah.
look so tiny. But yet, in the past they did it right in front of the train station on kind of like a platform thing, and you stand out more. I don't know if I'm making sense on that, but it's just the
No,
stage was just huge. I mean,
well, unless you're like me, you couldn't see it, so
right,
they had to raise it up. So I kind of get
right,
why they did
right.
it, but
But I
it,
mean, it's if you walk down, we walked around and we walked down towards Walgreens, and you could barely hear, what was
yeah.
going on, which was kind of too bad. So,
Did
but it was good. I mean,
did they stretch it out? 5:30, 7:30, Hello Weekend, or
yeah. I mean, the band. I didn't stick around for the band like most people. I mean, it was packed, and we walked home, and I got the dog and took him on his walk and ventured into town, and I, the band was playing. They're pretty good, but
yeah,
3/4 of the crowd was gone. I
yeah,
mean,
yeah.
so I don't know. And that was like 6. And all the restaurants were packed. I mean, Lantern had a line out the door. All of them did. Ferentino's was packed and had a line.
Awesome.
So it was good that happened. But I thought it was great effort and all that. But we kind of talked about it from the band thing in town the summer. I mean, the standing in line to get tickets and then to get beer. I mean, the whole thing's done by
Yeah,
the time you get your, so the lines were long there. I don't think much, I didn't see a lot. There wasn't a lot of lines for the food
yeah.
because, the concept is people go up there and then they go to
Right,
the
right.
restaurants for dinner and all that. So, I mean,
Well,
or
I'm
they go
sure
to your house first and then they,
that's what they
so,
did.
the post-mortem, just me. I think Rick did a fabulous job again, and hats off to the rec staff because they're the ones busting their humps all day, basically setting up. And and they don't have to, and that's yeah, they do,
Right.
but somehow they're the only city guys it seems like that are working are the rec staff. So
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know, hats off to them. But great crowd. I just maybe I was thinking why not have the band earlier. It's
Yeah,
kind of like I equated it to um, a high school football game.
yeah.
The Palmers. Everyone loves the Palmers. So when they're the first 2 quarters, the stands are packed, and it's because the Palm squad's going on at halftime, and you got mom and dad, and you got the kids, and you got grandpa and grandparents, and blah 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 blah. Everyone
Right.
watching the Palmers, and then when that's done, it's like a mass exodus of people. So that's how kind of I thought it was with the tree lighting was. As soon as that tree was lit, I mean, people were I mean, it was like a mad
Yeah,
rush to the restaurants because you had to, you'd stand
right.
in line getting in there. But I thought the band was good. I mean, they're really good.
No,
But
they're
a lot of
legit.
people didn't stick around.
Yeah,
People did, but thank God it was warm out because if it
yeah,
was cold,
yeah. No, we got
sticking around till 7:30 was not.
there's a formula to it. Just got to figure out what
Well,
it is, and then hopefully people donated, and they should probably send out, when they send out that email, like they sent it out yesterday,
right,
whatever, friends of the Park and Rec. They should survey everybody. Hey, man, what
right.
do you think? What can you do?
I mean, they got lucky because the weather was nice. I thought.
Yeah,
I,
yeah,
I, I mean, like last year, it was you know freezing and snowy rain and all
yeah.
that. It's I thought it was good. It was nice to see, but I'm more the traditionalist and
No.
rather see the more Christmassy type stuff
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
as
yeah.
opposed to street party type stuff. If that makes sense. Um, I thought maybe next year they can get not just the high school kids, but these grade schools all have choirs too. Bring them out and let them sing Christmas carols. I just think there's more.
Yeah.
It's hard to explain. I think, like I said, they did a great job. Don't get me wrong. I'm not criticizing anything. I'm just doing a post-mortem that, thought it was great. It just didn't feel as Christmassy, and I don't know if it was the weather or not.
I think it's because I wasn't there, Skoo.
And you weren't there dressed as Santa. But anyways, I thought it was good. I mean, it was good. Tons of people.
It's easy
which is
to
what
look
you
in the
want.
rearview mirror, right? So
right. But I think you have to, and especially with the foundation and what they're trying to do all the time with these bands and all that, I really think they got to do that post-mortem and get the feedback and say, trying to raise money. I mean, their whole goal is raising money for the Parks and Rec, but are we, spending tons of money for these bands and all that? And, are you making money? And
what's the net?
Yeah. I mean, or do you continue doing this? And or is there a better way? That's the whole thing, is how do you get, I got to be honest. Pam was looking at the website right before we left, and they were trying to hit 15,000, I think.
Yeah.
But they were like $400.
Yeah.
So,
on the go.
Hopefully that sprang up more, and hopefully people, yesterday with Giving Tuesday, but I thought it was good. I mean, it's,
well, the question is, let's just say you didn't do any of that, you'd be up 400.
Yeah.
Right. So, and then the money was originally you're supposed to buy basketballs with it, right? Or what was the purpose?
But
the friends.
Well, yeah, they raise money for the needs of the Parks and Rec. So, a lot of times that money's sitting there,
Yeah.
Obviously they used it for the golf course renovations, some other stuff, but
entertainment.
I mean, it's great. It's great to have. It just, I know there's people out there, naysayers, that think that's horrible that what was done, but don't show them.
Well, they say keep the money in the bank and interest, and then whatever.
But it was a great effort. Unbelievable, Rick, how he busts his hump to do all this stuff for the town. But I thought it was good. The band was good.
Skoo,
the only thing I probably changed is maybe drew it the band not after, somehow funnel it, during the day, and have the tree lighting at the end. But because you want to get the band to stay, you want to have that entire town packed listening to the band. If they're the goal is to get money and offset the cost, but who knows
how many 50-degree.
Well, I mean, again,
I know. Hey, Skoo, nobody knows better than you and I that nobody ever erected a statue for a critic.
Right. Can you imagine though? I mean, and I don't know this, you're a band guy.
Yeah.
You have a band. What if it's 20 degrees, which typically is, can they even play in that, or does it?
Well, I've only done summer shows. I've never done anything cold, but I do know that when you have the changes of temperature, it really screws around or scoos around with the tuning of the strings. So you'll be playing something like, what? You have to constantly keep tuning your instruments.
And the funniest thing is, with the Parks and Rec, all their previous functions, big time things, were destroyed by weather, and this one benefited with the great weather and all that. So I guess it's a Seinfeld thing. Everything evens out.
Well, hey, we did give them a week heads up that it was going to be warm.
Yeah.
Just saying.
That would just be interesting to see if it's 20 degrees in the band. What?
Or it's like the Macy parade where everybody's lip syncing. Oh my God, is it horrible?
you start singing, there's frozen spit and all that freezing over on the mic. Boy, she sounds really good for 30 below singing. No smoke's coming out of her mouth or steam coming out.
Well,
Anyway,
good
but
job.
it was good. It was good. Yeah,
Good job,
fantastic.
Rick. Hey, man,
That had to be the most crowd I've seen at those in years.
yeah.
So that's a
If you want a friend in the music business, buy a dog. Get a dog. There are no, like I said. Oh, there we go. Hooper. So our boy Dorfman had a couple articles up, Skoo.
I only saw the one. He had another one. What was the other one?
Other one was there was a grade on Lake Forest Hospital. See, below average on surgery safety.
Oh, a grade. Okay.
Grade, yeah, grade.
That doesn't surprise me. I've just heard nightmares about that for you.
And I didn't
and I've
realize,
experienced one.
I'm just
never go there.
I'm just reading the news.
Yeah, I know.
I'm just reading the news. But I had no idea it was that new, 2018. So like right when I got here, that thing opened up, huh?
Yeah, massive.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Huh.
Beautiful.
Hopefully they can. I would like to get it above average. I'm just saying. Just
I'm not going to comment.
There's no
choose
comment.
not to go there.
No comment needed. And then the Westminster Project.
The Westminster. Where's that? Can you share with me where Westminster is in Lake Forest?
Ask one of the board members on the HPC. The Hateful Preservation Center.
Man.
Commission. Do we want to?
Yeah, I read that email. Or not email, but the article.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It goes December 5th.
So December 5th. So we're gonna just bite our tongue till December 6th.
You and I?
Yeah.
No, we don't have to bite our tongue. We can talk about it. I mean, I don't want to.
Well,
it's just it's a shame it's coming to this. And according to the article, my understanding is, the lawsuit's been put on hold or so to kind of negotiate what this is. And I guess kind of the concept of this whole thing was here's supposedly a mutually agreed on formula or revision to the properties, and plan commission overwhelmingly voted for it to move forward, and HBC decided they're going to get into the weeds about how everything, the nails should be and all that. And I just think they had it was no going in. But the funny thing about it is, not when I always say people unfortunately don't understand the whole process, they're just knee jerking what current is. My understanding of this whole thing, and I'm not an expert in no stretch of the imagination, is that this recommendation revision is you're trying to approve the resolution here to the revisions to avoid the lawsuit. So moving forward, that's what everyone's proposing as an offset. And if you're denying it, you don't want to do it, then you're basically throwing it back to the courts saying, Your Honor, you make the call.
Douche.
And I don't think people understood or understand that's what this whole, pause is, so to speak. But, and it's a shame because it's just the nature of the process. I mean, you got people on that commission that have no idea what this is all about. They're new to the commission. They shouldn't be on the commission, making decisions that, and you got people that are on the commission still that, didn't like it in the first place. And they had these preconceived notions of whether they liked the petitioner or not. I think they went in with, never going to get an approval out of this commission anyways. And
they had a lot of Thanksgiving. They had a lot of neighbors they're going to see at Thanksgiving that they couldn't let that happen.
Yeah, and it's the same people. So, I just, hope it ends, but it's in front of the city council, and they vote now, and that's going to be interesting. I mean, I guess you can kind of predict it, but hopefully it moves in the right direction where we can put this thing to rest.
Till the next one comes up.
Yeah, but see, that's the thing is it's always a threat. If you do this, then the world's coming to an end, which it's not. I mean, there's already very little space around town anyways in the historic districts to, so again, I mean, unless they plow down a historic home like right next door, the Swift Manor, that now very, very 4 or 5 modern homes are going up there that don't look like anything like the houses that surround them, but I guess that wasn't an issue.
Can I, because you know me, I hate to throw shade without a solution. When they have these meetings, couldn't they be a little bit more proactive where in this space, a house that looks like this, and this automatically approved? You know what I mean? Like pre-approved.
Well, that's what happens, typically, everything in this town doesn't go to boards and commissions. The thing just fly right through the city process then. But I mean, historic stuff, it's gonna always get it. But I mean, but see, here's the thing. This was not supposed to be in these 17 guidelines, there are, which is fine. You have those, historically and all that. And, and like I've said before, there's like, I think 3 or 4 that are pretty hard, fast,
objective,
and all that. You can't, there's no gray area. Everything else, it's up to interpretation.
That's what I'm saying. Can you have like pre-approved, whatever the interpretation is, these 20 homes, no issues, no problems?
Well, no, what I'm getting at is the problem is their goal is to, does it meet these? And if the petitioner comes back and says, here's our 17, here's how we view we've met all these, and I guess should be a collaboration with the commission. And okay, so you say all 17, I don't think this one is. How do we? These guys come in and go, nope, we disagree with you.
Right.
In my opinion, you don't meet 1, 6, 7, 9, 10, 12, 13, 18, and it's like, and a lot of it's opinion. So the other thing is, then they dive into the weeds of technical design, which they're not supposed to do.
Yeah.
This is a conceptual design of what we want to do. No more, no less. Does it meet the requirements? Move on. Not spend 3 hours giving diatribes of your opinion and, should we, is it too late to go dig a underground tunnel between all the complexes so we could park underground and go to, and Kathy Zerniak kind of said it, this is not a technical, they will go through a technical design phase that you could, butcher up, the window and the balustrade and all this is not what I like, and deal with that. But this is like a conceptual thing that they've decided to, go deep in the weeds. And it's the same people, again, arguing against it.
And they're not the best communicators. It's just being gentle about it.
Which ones? Oh, the commission? Yeah. I mean, the funniest thing is, and I understand it's volunteered, but it's like, a month ago, some of these commissioners weren't even on the commission or, were interviewing. Now all of a sudden they're on it and they're freaking experts on historic preservation.
Smile.
Well, yeah, it's not supposed, this isn't, if it's so mind-staking that, you can't read the packet or you ask dumb questions and the petitioner has to point you to in the packet where the answer is. If you can't do the work, hey, listen, I thought it was something else, and I drop off.
school do the work.
You got to get people that want to do the work. And doing the work is not showing up to 1 or 2 meetings. And I think they had 2 or 3 commissioners not even there for one of the most important votes, of their tenure on a commission is this. I can't make it. And you know what? I can't even Zoom it in. I didn't realize it was going to be this difficult. I'm going to step down because I got other things going on in my life. That's fine. So we'll have to see December 5th, and
then we'll get more into the. Oh God, was that a bad meeting?
3 hours.
I mean, we got stuff in the archives that we haven't even talked about, and
that's one meeting that should be the one played for all people that want to volunteer. The caucus should play. It's hard to get people right now. What did you do prepare for this meeting? I'm out. I looked at the last video. I'm out.
Well, I don't think anybody looked at it. We're kind of torn because if it's not us talking about it, who the hell's going to go look at that?
No one.
You have to go look at that.
Because you have to. The City of Lake Forest website, you can go there, onto every board and commission and click on the video and watch it. Educate yourself, see what's going on. We have our opinions on stuff. Our opinions aren't right, or that's what they are, opinions. But if you have a different one, then go listen to it. But wow.
Let's wait till the decision is done, and then we'll get more into the dissecting the autopsy with blame on what. How to communicate if you're on a board or a commission. And I'm like the kettle calling the pot black because my communication style, but that made me look like Guy Smiley.
Yeah, I mean, and I was not on the caucus when you're on there, but I have talked to people that were on the caucus with you, and you question stuff, but question it in a way that falls in the parliamentary procedures and ask right questions. The issues that you had were you weren't getting answers. and you were getting like the runaround on stuff, and instead of answering a point blank question, you were getting chastised. And so a little different, but yeah, I mean, but again, I mean, that should be at the caucus is first, if you're going to run for a board or commission, that's great, or volunteer for a board or commission, at least do some due diligence, and not around the board or what board it is, but on parliamentary procedure. I mean, how to bring up a motion, not say I want to make a motion and then say, oh, well, I choose not to. Or when you're making a motion, don't be adding, an hour worth of word salad into it. And then, you need to know how stuff works in order to participate too. And it's just crazy. And, of course, the other one, my pet peeve is when you get these packets before your meeting, read them. Kind of write in the side the notes that you have, but don't come and just start throwing crap out there. And then the petitioner has to point you to, that's on page 14, paragraph 6.
And the architect, the partner that was presenting.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know how he is capable of doing that. He's a greater man than I, but wow.
To take for the last 5 or 6 years or whatever, to take from different boards and commissions, take the bullets that he has done to help beautify our town. It's just, I mean, It's just unbelievable.
There's got to be easier places to spend the money.
I know he hasn't, and with Todd too. I don't know one structure that they have created or rehabbed that looks like crap. Everything has been top shelf, beautiful, fits into the community, and it's just, you
get these commissioners throwing tomatoes.
And it's the thing is, it's with these, and I'm all for historic preservation, but there's a lot of this stuff around town that buildings and all that are dying from the inside out. And when rehabbers, or whatever you want to call them, architects, builders, come in and want to redo this stuff to make them still viable, and you got people fighting that. This town, we have a lot of problems with this town right now with upgrading and making it more vibrant. There's not any architects or developers wanting to step foot in Lake Forest and show their wares because of 3.5 hour beat you up board meetings. And
well, the pendulum, in my opinion, is swung too far over for when Mr. T cut down the trees. Okay, now you got to bring it back a little bit. All
right,
make it a little bit easier to do business. And all the companies that I work for, that was one of the values that we had: be easy to do business with. Right? This is not easy to do business with.
Yeah, and the thing is, I don't know what they call it, but when you preface a comment with saying, I really want to work with you, but bend over while I just beat the crap out of you.
Yeah.
That's not
that's passive.
That's not working. That's not working with you. Working with you is understanding what this process has come to, why they're in front of you right now, and what's the next steps and ramifications. And if you're truly wanting to work with them, then work with them. Don't say no, and just because you don't like them. I think personally the mayor should have, when he let go, I think during this last run of this, when I think the chairman stepped down and then he let go one of the other commissioners because she was just so horrible to them.
It was worse than this?
Oh, God, yeah. Go look it up.
Oh, my God.
Oh, it was so much worse. And then she stepped out of bounds doing some other stuff where he had to remove her. He should have, as soon as, this is just my opinion, and whoever's listening, you can scream at me and all you want, but it's just my opinion. Anytime a border commission creates or helps assist in a lawsuit to the city, the mayor should just, when he took that one person, he should have just cleaned house on the commission and just said, you know what, let's get new people on there. Because
Skoo, you said your opinion. My opinion is, okay, it's only one meeting. Okay, maybe it was a bad night, but that was an embarrassment. That's me saying it.
Well, and you're right, and Pete, but you made a good point. It's only one meeting. Hey, it's like the World Cup yesterday, right? You got one shot. You don't have multiple meetings. Yeah. There's one shot to get it right. And that's I guess my point is, you don't have these, it's not like the World Series where it's the best of 7.
Yeah.
These meetings are one shot meetings with decisions being made. And, when you're throwing your single A pitcher in the 7th game of the World Series, that's not going to work. But you're right, though.
So all they do is recommend to the city council, right? That's all that the power that they have. It's a recommendation, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
I recommend that they go away.
I wouldn't say go away. There's again, it's by statute, so you can't really get
or get all new people.
Again, people that want to do the work. That's the whole thing.
So I'm saying, all new people. There wasn't anybody positive in that meeting. And and then you had two people not show up. And the other thing that I saw, there was one guy, the rest women, and we're crying about we don't have enough females on boards and commissions.
Well, the thing with the HBC is they're governed by the 17 guidelines.
Yeah.
And really, that meeting, in just my opinion, should have been when it was up to the council or the commission people. And I don't think, take out all their ad hoc meeting. Each one of them should have said, here's the 17. Here's one. Kind of like the petitioner did.
Yeah.
One. Does not apply, or check, it meets it. Next one. And that's all that conversation should be.
Done before the meeting.
No, that's what I'm saying. It's each commissioner should have it out, and when it's their turn to talk, say, here's my 17.
And my point is that should be addressed before. Why have a meeting on it? It's like these are.
Well, it can't be addressed before the meeting with the commission because it violates the Open Meetings Act. So but they can do it individually, which again, I'm not even going to say. I think maybe there was some discussion before.
Oh, we're going to get them.
But no, I just think that's really, you don't have a 3-hour meeting. You have, and I think Peter said it. We're just here to get a thumbs up or down.
Yeah.
And and here's the 17. We think we've met it. It's to you. If you don't, each commissioner, nope, I don't think it has. Not like, oh, I think 5, 6, and 7, meet it. Or, I think one of them said only 2 of them we don't think met it. So, okay, so for that commissioner, 15 out of the 17 requirements meet. Is that grounds to say no? Or going to saying, okay, here's the 2 that don't match, that we don't think meet it. So, Peter, how can we work to get me to the 17? Not like, no. And you shouldn't, and chastising them. Like,
Skoo, I wouldn't want that group commissioning a lemonade stand. That's just my opinion. It's my opinion.
Oh, don't even get into the conversation about, and I know you have a different, but Veterans Park, the new thing on the corner, they're trying to, have you seen those meetings?
I can't.
They propose a 30-foot flagpole, USA flagpole, right?
Yeah. We
want it lower.
Okay.
The designer has a I don't want to say obelisk or whatever, but a memorial to the veterans who've died.
Yeah.
In the middle of the park when you walk in. HBC. Now, we want it over here where it's a veterans memorial park honoring. No, we want, so it's like stuff like that is just crazy. It's
a recommendation. You know what? hey, council members, put them in their place.
Well, that's a whole nother issue.
It's a good thing we have a podcast.
Well, I mean, I think it's wasn't the council voted one time for and then one time against, and I think they're like 3's a charm thing, maybe.
I don't know, man. It's like, get a different hobby.
You could probably trick Pete, the council votes against.
Like, get another hobby. Do some.
So it'll be interesting. Honestly, just let's move forward.
Forward, yes.
Either you populate and fill the empty space that used to be a house and used to be a building, or walk away and it's going to be a vacant, ugly lot, and tell me how your homeowners, your home values are going to increase with a nasty vacant lot that's unattended, with also another house across the street from everything that's an eyesore as it is for the last 10 years that no one talks about either. Tell me how those property values are going right now when you have that type of stuff. So I don't know.
We'll see after December 5th. And then we got the dome at the library next. I cannot wait. Boy, it's a good time.
What's going on with the dome?
I think it's about time to put a new saran wrap around it.
Oh, are they? I didn't hear that. They need to get it fixed. I don't know how they're.
I know. I think the warranty's up on the saran wrap. So we'll see.
Yeah, didn't they give an update? The library used the HPC discussion on the building as an update for the library too. I thought I heard something.
Well, there's a really big hair dryer that you got to use to make sure that wrap is clean.
Is that what is that a wrap on there?
I don't know what the hell it is. Ask our fact checkers.
It's been on there for a long time. That's a whole nother animal
that's what I'm saying. That's going to come up.
It needs to get fixed. I don't know how that's gonna.
Skoo, just put Skoo and I up on that roof. If I can get through that hatch up there, give me a little.
Hell no, I'm not going up there. Me no likey heights.
Give me a caulk gun.
Yeah. Right.
Don't worry about the smudges.
Yeah, that's it's actually getting used to it.
You can't get used to it.
I'm forgetting what the dome looked like without the wrap on it.
How can you look at the dome when you're looking at the Westminster Project?
Westminster.
Hey, if the HPC calls it Westminster.
Westminster. You don't even start me on that. All these historic preservation people can't even get the historic streets right.
Westminster.
I'll have to go take a picture of it just to make sure there's no I in it.
Last thing on my list, Skoo, Lake Forest resident Norman Carlson. I don't know who that is. Set to retire from the Metro Board of Directors. Do you know Norman Carlson?
My son does.
Oh, well.
I doesn't know him personally, but he's. I could ask him, and he would tell me all about Norm.
So Norm's a long time.
He's a train guy.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
So thank you for Metro.
Wow.
Lake Forest guy. Slow Newsweek. Skoo.
Oh, Scout girls went to 6-0 last night.
Did they?
Basketball. Yep. They look good.
And you call those, right?
I call those.
What's a new sport that you got that you're calling? Or
no, I just did that. It was the hockey game.
Hockey. I was in Duffers again Wednesday before Thanksgiving, and all those cheerleaders were in there.
Oh yeah.
I said, "What is Glasso?"
Glassa.
Yeah. They look at me like.
That was a good night. I didn't realize how long it would be for 3 hocky games, but it was fun.
God.
It was fun. That's good. Good.
Did you call all 3?
I did.
How was your voice?
I'm telling you, right around, I think they started the 3rd game like around 9:00 or so. I'm telling you, I was like in zombie land. I'm like in REM stage by now.
You're like, coffee?
People are talking. I'm like, huh? There's not much announcing with the hockey. It's, penalties and goals and,
yeah.
But it was good. It was good fun. And, they got a good production there. The hockey team, over at Lake Forest College, nice little venue. And
I saw pictures of it. That does look pretty sweet. Little bleachers in there and it wraps around.
Yeah. Yeah. It's nice. It's right in your backyard, Pete, if you like hockey.
It is.
And the Forest are good hockey players. Good hockey team too, I guess.
And I'm quite surprised on the popularity of the women's hockey.
Wow. It's getting big.
Women Foresters. So, Coach Cat, congratulations on a great season, man. Winning the 2 undefeated regular seasons in a row. Way to go. Skoo, another fun episode with you, my friend. Thank you so much.
Adios.
Bye.
Be good.
Good enough. Lake Forest Podcast. listeners just like you. Shark Guy Beach Fishing is a premier South Florida beach fishing experience out of Longboat Key, Florida. Their world-renowned captains not only put you on the fish, but to help you and your family make a memory of a lifetime. Check them out on Facebook or at sharkguybeachfishing.com to schedule an outing. Shark Guy is your guy for your next charter. We'd also like to say we're thankful for our Patriot supporters, Reverend Luke Back from the Church of the Holy Spirit, Matt A., Elizabeth C., Coastal Lance, Otto, RDM, Johnny C. And we'd like to thank the Breakfast Club of Lake Forest, Captain Mike's in Kenosha, Wisconsin, the Brat Stop in Kenosha, Wisconsin as well, the Frolic Lounge in Waukegan, Illinois, and then the Greentown Tavern in Waukegan.